Welcome back to DM Prep. My name is Ian and I will be your DM for today. Today we are prepping episode 31 of the Gilded Troll Plays Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. When last we left off, the heroes had left the Island of the Dragon with quite a bit in tow. 13 statues in all, statues of bards, as well as somewhere around 100,000 gold worth of treasure. They're very rich now. But as they were leaving the island, or I think it was actually the next morning, I want to say, at some point their front engines went out. And that's a problem. And those of you who watched DM Prep last week already know what's going on. They had a stowaway. I think my camera's a little too low. Yeah. They had a stowaway in the form of Gregorios, except his name isn't actually Gregorios, as he's just taking the role of Gregorios as he disguises himself as a dead crew member. He is in fact the Oceanid that was summoned like 3 or 4 sessions ago. And I haven't said hello to everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, that one guy, CJ Rose, a rogue singer, Fraginator, Legend of Pi. Thanks, everyone, for being here. And thank you, that one guy, for that sub. You've been here for 16 months. Holy shit. Yes, so much thirst for the Oceanid. I'll pull it up because that seems important. Let's see, Oceanid. Load. It'll load eventually. Yeah, thirst. Thanks for that summon, A-Lot. It's been really interesting. Yeah, we got some thirst traps. So this guy has been disguising himself as Gregorios on their ship for a while now, and he's finally sabotaged them in a way that matters. So what he's done is he's sabotaged the front 2 engines to go out at the same time. I haven't really decided the nature of the sabotage, but that's mostly because I haven't figured out the nature of the actual propulsion. So one of the things that Chris had mentioned to me, Chris, the player playing Yasena, had mentioned to me was he imagines these just sort of freely rotating dodecahedrons, also known as the D12, just sort of like spinning inside of sort of some kind of aperture, and then that spinning creates propulsion something, magic something. So what I'm imagining is that there's this kind of harness on the underside of the ship of these really thick tubes that essentially have power run from the front and run to the front and to the back of the ship from something sitting in the middle of the ship, and then that would be the power source. And so what I'm thinking is that Gregorios has at some point sabotaged the these huge tubes that go to the front of the ship. So the front 2 engines have failed almost completely. They can, as I wrote down, they can manage a water landing, but they can't fly until repaired. It's going to waste a day repairing it. If they fail, then they need to make repairs on land, which means another day wasted because trip will take +1 day. And then while they are magic tubes, they'll get you every time. Yeah, the mechanic is definitely going to overcharge you. So one of the things that I'm half expecting them to do is I'm expecting Orsino to cast Sending, targeting Vulcan repeatedly. But unless they can collect enough information to actually accurately describe the situation to Vulcan, they're going to get pretty bad advice. Because he's never seen it, he doesn't know, all this stuff. Yeah, reverse the magical polarity. This is gonna be a session where I need to like pull out that technobabble bullshit. So you got to reverse the magical polarity. You got to reinflate the I don't know. There's me. I've already run out of technobabble. Yeah. You got to reinflate the plumbus. Thanks. Just bang out it works every time. Percussive maintenance is a thing. So that's a thing. Gregorios is going to be seen diving off the ship and swimming away, and they're going to be like, "What the fuck?" It's kind of like that magical alignment pillars in all the techno fixums in space. Yeah, exactly. Change the blinker. I want to see one of the party just fawns it. I would legitimately let them at near the tail end of fixing it. If someone says, "Can I just bang it really hard and see what happens?" I would totally let that work if they roll high enough. That said, the DC starts at 17, and every success or failure increases the DC by 1. So that's a lot. 5 successes before 3 failures. Honestly, I assumed Helios would take that a little too literally and try to screw. He's not. I mean, he's kind of a horn dog. But yeah, so that's that scenario. I don't think that this is going to be a huge thing. It's basically just a way for me to waste their time. But also, if they fail the skill challenge, that means that when the fleet of Sidon shows up, it's kind of a big deal. Watch a Firefly episode when they're complaining about the engine. If D&D was not later today, I would definitely go do that. But D&D is later today, so that's kind of an issue. Yeah, Firefly was great. Please never watch the movie. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. So the other thing is that afterwards, the night after or during their skill challenge, they're gonna get the Corruption of Lutheria event. Kind of kick them while they're down. Twist the blade in their wound. Twist the knife. I don't know, whatever the phrase is. Just twist and shout. God, I'm terrible today. So we're gonna run the Corruption of Lutheria event, but instead of running the adventure, preparing the adventure, playing the Vilions. Corruption of Lutheria is another dream. This time they see a bunch of cannibals. Turn to the Beatles. Got it. Yes, that is exactly what you want to do. So they're gonna see a bunch of cannibals. They're gonna wake up and they're gonna get a whiz save versus. It says consume with bloodlust. At one point I was thinking of doing a PvP thing, but I don't need to because we're doing PvP on the 28th. That's like 2 weeks from tomorrow. We're going to do a PvP event, benefiting Extra Life with all of our Curse of Strahd and Odyssey players, murdering the shit out of each other. So that's going to be really fun. Sup, Fox? Just wanted to drop in and say hi. Oh, thanks. Thanks for being here. Hey, Blucher, how's it going? Thanks for saying hi, and I'll see you later. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because seeing DM prep really helps understand how to run things, but it also kind of spoils it if you're actually watching the game as a show. Yeah, everyone can decide what they want to do. I'm doing good, Blucher. The one thing that I wanted to expand out of this list was the Gaius and Arjun with the fleet of Sidon. I have this, each ship is armed with a trebuchet, loaded with a pot full of flaming tar. So if I look up trebuchet, should come up, right? I feel like I had a hard time with this last time. Oh, siege equipment, just like that. Trebuchet, where's the trebuchet? Trebuchet. Huge object, range 300, 1200. So if they're in the air, they are gonna have disadvantage to hit. I don't know what kind of AC the Ultros would have. Does the book tell me? Maybe. I think it does. Not a trireme. It's a pentaconter. It's fine. It's fine. Ultros. AC 16. Okay. But instead of just bludgeoning damage, it's going to be doing fire damage. I don't know why. Why did I decide it was flaming tar? I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna DM skills and struggle in the prep area, so these help quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly why I want to do DM prep, is to help people understand my process, because I think my process is pretty good. Yeah. I think for the ability to also have no clue how the players are going to react. Yeah, no, yeah, that's definitely really cool, is to watch sort of how I planned things and then watch it go massively off the rails when the plan meets the enemy. So maybe fire for Dot. Yeah, that I think that might be why I decided to set things on fire and make it like something that they need to actually deal with. Flaming Tar. I feel like there was a... Oh, I literally have a link right here, and I'm like, oh, yeah, let me search for this. I feel like I had an idea for damage over time, but I didn't write it down. So usually when something's on fire, it just takes 1d10 fire damage per turn, which for the Ultros is not going to be a big deal. So I'm thinking it's going to be like 4d10? On a hit, 8d10 bludgeoning, and also set on fire for 4d10 fire per round. Ultros has 16 AC and 1000 HP. So it's kind of a big deal. You know, it has a speed of 5 miles per hour. I don't know what kind of boats the Fleet of Sidon has. Let's see. They're way faster. Holy shit. What? Way faster. What the hell? So here's a lesson that I learned. If your players are running away from massive siege equipment that can murder the shit out of them, don't run it round by round. It's a nightmare. I did that in Avernus. I think it might have been actually the very first DM prep that I streamed. I prepped a scenario where the players were running away from Flying Fortress, and it sucked. It dragged. It was not fun. Don't do it round by round. Just kind of ask them what they're doing in general. If they say, like, this is what we're doing, cool. I see this more as a story encounter. I don't think they're really going to have much of a fight. If anything, Gaius and Arjun are gonna just sort of fly around them. They're gonna notice the fleet and stay way the fuck away from them. And I think Gaius and Arjun are just gonna get their shit kicked in because you know, it's one dragon versus the player's 4 dragons. And they're all young dragons, if I recall correctly. I could easily just make Arjun an adult dragon. That's still not a fair fight. Let's see if Arjun is adult as written. Arjun, young silver. All right. I'm gonna make Arjun an adult. Arjun, adult silver. So Gaius and Arjun, Arjun's gonna be an adult silver, which I think adult silver dragons can already shapeshift, which, yeah, they can already change shape, which kind of ruins it, because Alaris over there with 113 plus 15. Yeah, she's got that crazy fucking spear that gives her 15 temps every dawn. So yeah, she's got a lot of fucking hit points. So I think this is fine. You know, Gaius and Arjun along with the Fleet of Sidon, each ship armed with a trebuchet. We're just gonna like present it to the players and just sort of run it narratively. The fleet isn't intended for the party. If anything, they should be running away, right? Preserving the fleet from the big one encounters. Don't let the party whittle your strength. So yes and no. The fleet is not intended for the players, but at this point, the PCs have definitely made themselves out to be a major thorn in the sides of the Titans. The Titans are definitely waiting for the Oath of Peace to end, because at that point, the Titans get a lot of their divinity back from the Oath of Peace. So the Titans know that personally they need to stay away and, you know, just sort of wait for the gods to lose their divinity, and so that they can get their divinity back. But in terms of the PCs, they know that if they let the PCs go, it's just going to be a problem. So, you know, if the fleet has an opportunity to remove the players, then fuck it. Also, I don't know that the Titans would have... Like, the Titans don't have direct control over the fleet. This fleet that they're seeing is actually the fleet that launched from the island of Helios. It's basically just, like, they... You know, they learned that Helios was dead, and they're like, well, I guess now's the time that we go, because we're not going to know otherwise. So let's go. And they're essentially just going to sail to Mitros and just kind of be out in the bay until the Oath of Peace ends in 23 days. 2021 by the time players get there, probably. So yeah, I not to mention the fact that the fleet is kind of way the fuck too big for the players to take on their own. The trebuchets alone are going to be killer. Like absolutely brutal, and there's no universe where you swoop down at a fleet of ships that have siege weapons in on a dragon, and your dragon doesn't get hit in the face with a boulder. Just not a thing. Typhon. All right, so Typhon. So my goal here is that between this stuff that we already have written, the sort of travel stuff, if the party makes a big enough single attack against the fleet, would they cut losses quickly to preserve their attacking power and keep on hitting Mitros? Yeah, if the players somehow manage to just take out an entire ship very quickly, the fleet would probably be like, oh, they're actually a problem. Let's run. But I don't really see the players managing to do that. The trebuchets have a long range of 1,200 feet. The dragons can only fly 160 feet per round, and that's with a dash. So, the trebuchets have a good 8 rounds. Hey, we got a sub from the Mother of Jedi. 5 months here. God damn, that's a long time. Welcome back to the Gilded Troll, Mother of Jedi. Haste. I mean, yeah, they could cast haste on the dragon. Have they ever cast haste? Is that a thing any of them know? I don't think it is. But yeah, like even with haste, it's going to take them 4 rounds to get there. During which time trebuchets fire, like a very large number of trebuchets are going to be firing boulders at them, and it's not going to be a good time for them. They're going to get hit at least once. 8d10 does not tickle. These dragons only have 100 some hit points, so 3 boulders and they're down. And there's 30 ships with trebuchets. I don't see any universe where these dragons actually make a difference against the fleet. So I think that the players are just going to go, that's a lot of things, let's go the other way. Didn't Luke lose it to Jesse in the game of I think it probably would have been Chris rather than Jesse, because Scorpius isn't much of a spellcaster. So Typhon. So my goal here is that all of this, all this stuff that we've written, is half a session. That's sort of what I'm guessing, is that all of this stuff is going to be about 2 hours of the session. So then my goal is that whatever we do on Typhon is either going to be 2 hours or 6 hours. The reason for that is that I want to get to the end of Typhon at the end of a session, because there's going to be a fairly lengthy one-on-one scenario with just me and Scorpius, because he's going to have to jump into the maw and then face what's down there on his own. And I don't want to have 5 other people sitting at the table just waiting for that to happen if it's going to be a one-on-one. That's not fun for the other 5 people sitting at the table. So I wanna sort of what's the word? Engineer it so that happens at the end of a session, whether it's the end of this session or the end of next session. And the reason that I'm talking about engineering this is that everything they've written for Typhon is flaming hot garbage. It basically says there are 3 different cave entrances to lead into the mall. And then you just pick one, but it gives absolutely no information for how to describe to your players, how to get to the caves, what might be the trade-offs of going, to each of the caves. And then each of the caves is actually just really fucking boring and dumb. So we're not doing that. We're starting over. We're getting rid of all of that, and we're just going to start over. And I was doing a bit of research this morning to try and think of what we could do, and I came across this. So we're going to move this over here. a huge volcano dungeon with several floors. So we've got. I don't think I'm gonna end up using this map, but essentially there's here. Let's open this. Okay. So essentially there's this this entrance over here that leads into the volcano, and then that leads right here. You can see, you know, and then there's a bunch of winding hallways. There's some stairs down. Let's just open all of these. Okay. So there's yeah. So once you're inside, there's staircases. There's this weird altar thingy. One thing that I'm really jazzed about is this room with a bunch of platforms you can hop on. That would be really fun to put some fire snakes or salamanders in. But basically, I kind of want to put anything that is. So Typhon is the father of monsters. It is the place where monsters are born. And basically what I want to do is I want to make this sort of a dungeon crawl kind of thing where the players need to make their way down to the bottom, whereupon they will end up at this other map that I found in the heart of the volcano. You know, and you know, conveniently, so this map is going to be something different than what they intended. The author's intent was that this staircase here and this staircase here would lead down to here underneath the basin, but my intent is that it'll actually end up here at these stairs in the mouth of the volcano, and then they need to hop in from there. Once they hop in there, Scorpius finds himself here. I'll probably just delete these walls or these stairs somehow. He'll land basically like right on this circle. He'll see his ancestor over here, and then I was trying to figure out what he could fight solo that would be actually a terrifying but fair fight, and I came across a stat block that I really like a lot, and it's the Phoenix. It is CR 16, which is way beyond their pay grade, but all of the damage that it does is fire, and it actually doesn't even do that much fire damage. Like it has triple attack, but its attacks do 15, 15, and 17 damage. So if we have those, it's 7, 7, and 8. So it's about 22 damage a round. If he's set on fire, it's 24 damage a round. So he basically just needs to out DPR 24 damage a round. Although it does have legendary actions, but I would probably just ignore those for the sake of this. But he just needs to out DPR 24 damage a round, and I think Scorpius can do that pretty easily, even though this thing can fly, because this room is not humongous. I was actually thinking of halving its size. I know that there's a grid on it, but I will just, you know, I'll just say no, like it's way too big. I shrank it. It's half the size. Yeah, so that's my plan. I just need to actually implement. The thing is, this dungeon's kind of fucking humongous, and I don't think I want all of the levels, because it's a lot. It's a lot. But basically, I want to populate this dungeon with a bunch of different monsters, because Typhon is the father of monsters. It's where monsters are born, supposedly. There's this weird coincidence where there's actually a monster called Typhon. It's in Syntheros, and I was gonna put this at here. So when they get to here, Typhon himself is going to crawl out of the volcano and then fight them there. And it's probably gonna be a shit stomp because it's only got 200 hit points. It does have triple attack, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. But you know, it does damage. If it takes radiant damage, the trait doesn't function. That's cool, because my players spam radiant damage. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But the question I want to come back to is, what do we want to accomplish with Typhon? Do we want just a dungeon crawl where they have to fight a bunch of stuff and it's actually like difficult to fight through? Do we want you know, kind of like a mind melting, like corruption kind of place. Because keep in mind that this is as written, this is where Estor came to become like a god, and in fact, that's actually a thing that you can do. Like you can get these various blessings by jumping into the maw, but you also get curses, which sucks. And I don't know if Estor actually ended up jumping into the maw, but like this is a thing. Like it as written. I was planning on keeping this, if for no other reason than cool. First round spent listening doesn't inflict any madness. Second round, whiz save short term, whiz save long term, automatically indefinite madness. Cool. If the listener accepts the gift, but how do you accept the gift? Do you just... Oh, by entering the maw. You'd have to enter the maw. Okay, cool. I don't know if I'm going to do that then, because I don't want anyone entering the maw except Scorpius, because like that's his thing. That's interesting. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I need to figure out which levels of this cave I want to use, if any. I'm thinking. So one of the problems with this map is that there's these openings into the basin that I definitely don't want, which is really convenient because I can just put a dynamic lighting line right here and then they'll never see it. So that's convenient, because I don't want them to be able to get into the basin except through this map. So that's a thing that I need to think about. But the question is, what parts of what map do I actually want to use, and then what what encounters can I write for those? What's interesting? So here, let's see. Island of Typhon, the Maw. Let's see. Level 2, easternmost room. Salamander ambush. Salamanders are cool. They're not the beefiest, but if I put enough of them, they'll be a problem, right? There's CR5. Their tail can grapple, so they can just grapple and then dunk them in the lava, and that is brutal. Lava does a lot of damage. Let's see. Hazards. Not wilderness. Environmental hazards. Is that right? No. How about lava? Just search lava. Not lava child. Oh no. How much damage does the lava do? Why is this so hard to find? Why is this so difficult? Would it be reasonable to have entering the mall be on a timer for Scorpius? Like someone saying, if you're going to go, you must go in X amount of time or the door will be shut, which means the party is buying Scorpius time. I don't think I fully follow. Like Scorpius jumps into the mall and then he has a certain amount of time to get out? Or during which the players have to buy him time? Is that what you're referring to? On that topic, with that in mind, I'm actually wondering, like, if we do this here, you know, this is where Typhon is. Incidentally, I bought a resource pack on Roll20, which I usually don't fucking do. Marketplace purchases, animated spell effects. So first, let's make a new page. Untitled. Where do I want to put this? Sure. After Hexiesler, because there's no maps for Typhon. Cool. So we're gonna call this Typhon Basin. We're gonna save this file. Odyssey maps Typhon Basin. I don't know how big it is. Let's see how big it is. Sorry, so the idea that I had was that while they're on this basin, 1700, okay, that's... Okay, so they're 50 pixel squares. So it's 34 by 22. Save. Let's go in. Let's upload it. Odyssey maps. Typhon Basin. Trying to figure out how to make them all more interesting than what's written, because the party is very hard to beat. Looking at you, Hexify. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. So just because they're hard to beat doesn't mean I don't think that means that we want to give up on trying to beat them. I am kind of a fan of still making it a dungeon crawl, even though they are very, very powerful, because we can basically just stack the odds against them at every step of the way, like having salamanders, who are obviously immune to fire, drag them into lava. Like, that's brutal. And I don't care who you are, that's going to hurt. So let's stretch that. All right. So we've got this guy. Now, the thing that I wanted to do was I've got this flaming sphere animated asset. Shazam. And then I'm going to throw a darkness under it. Front. Cool. What do I want the darkness in front? I'm not sure. Ooh, that's pretty. A little bit smaller. Yeah, I like this. Looks like a fucking solar eclipse. That's cool. So my idea is that I keep saying, oh, here's my idea, and then I keep forgetting. While the players are here, every minute that Scorpius, or every however often Scorpius spends inside of the basin or the underground, they would need to fight Typhon again, essentially. But I don't know how interesting that's going to be. I don't think that's really interesting at all, actually. Yeah, I can't see that going well. Typhon Underground. And then let's see how big this map is. I have to fucking... I'm going to save it. Typhon Underground. Whoa. Not what I wanted. Show in folder. Typhon Underground. How big are you? Why do you end in a 5? That's weird. Dash weird. Okay. So we're gonna do... Oh, fucking Christ. I don't know how many squares they have, so I have to count them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 39 tall? Oh, that's going to be obnoxious. We're going to 19.5 tall. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. 47 wide. So we'll do 23.5. So save. Typhon Underground. Let's upload that. Don't need that. I need to turn dynamic lighting on, then off. Because it's dumb. Close that. Come on, upload. Upload already. So the issue with the players having to buy time for Scorpius is that I would have to flip back and forth between Scorpius and the party, and I'm expecting there to be a decent amount of role play between Scorpius and his ancestor before the fight starts. I'm going to run this a little bit different from how it's presented. What's going on here? Did I heal? Alright, how big is this? It's 1645 by 1365. 1645 by 1335. 1365? Fuck. I don't remember what the number was. Yeah, it was 1365. Okay. This grid does not remotely line up. Oh. There we go. Yeah, the grid now lines up. I just need to make my grid much brighter. So let's bump the opacity, change the color. That's the grid now. Dutch to grid now. So I don't know why I'm prepping like this part already. I don't really need to, because this is the part where I'm hoping, planning, expecting it to not happen this session. Make the grid much grittier. Yes, I made the grid grittier. It's tokens. Png. Let's upload a Phoenix. Let's see. Tokens. Pahonix. Griddled. Yes, I griddled the grid. Drives me insane I can't read the ancestor section in the Typhon section. So, okay, so here's the thing with the gridded troll. Please stop. So here's the thing. As written, the Cursed One's ancestor at the bottom Typhon it's their ancestor who is the originator of the curse. And as far as Jesse is concerned, he is the originator of the curse. But that's not true. And he's already learned that his curse comes from Aricia before it was Aricia, Calliope before she was queen, and Narcissus before he was a god. And essentially what happened, I don't know if I've ever actually said any of this. See Cursed One. Helios. Scorpius. So he's a descendant of Queen Calliope. He's a distant cousin of Queen Helen of Aricia. He was prophesied by someone. I gave Jesse a name. I don't think it really matters to end the curse of the Scorpion tribe. The prophecy was shared by Dardas. Oh, no, I didn't give Jesse a name. The prophecy was shared by Dardassos, tender of the Hanging Gardens of Aricia, who was slain for it. None of this is really important, but he's a descendant of Queen Calliope. He's a distant cousin of Queen Helen of Aricia. And basically what happened was that Calliope... oh God, how did I figure this out? So Yasena Ventrak and her mount Aristanar fled to what is now Aricia. Aristanar wanted to return and fight, but Yasena forbade it. Or the other way around. Yasena wanted to return and fight, but Aristanar refused. Shit, I had this all figured out, and I never wrote it down because I'm a big dumb. Calliope, Yasena's daughter, tried to force Aristanar, now Narcissus, to help. in the first war. He accidentally cursed Calliope with his newfound godly powers. All of Calliope's descendants. No, so... No. They're... Calliope and Yasenna were the... Oh, shit. I had it all figured out, and now I can't remember. Yeah, I also forget why Yasenna wouldn't speak about it. I figured this all out a while ago, but apparently I never wrote it down. Queen Calliope invoked Narcissus' quiet ire by kidnapping him. I do vaguely remember this. Yeah, this is all I wrote down because I suck. Incidentally, the // is things the players don't know yet. Yeah, he does not know he's a descendant. Descendant. So, descendant. Is that how it's spelled? Yeah. He doesn't know. Yeah, you sent a Ventrak and amount, but yeah, so they know that. So basically, Narcissus. Okay, so. Yeah, okay, here it is. Narcissus walked the world for a while. Utterly unrelated to the Dragon Lords. Because, you know, no one knew that the dragons became gods. Utterly unrelated to the Dragon Lords. Until he was kidnapped by Calliope after Echo won his challenge. Narcissus cursed Calliope. And in so doing, started the tradition of the rite of passage. All of Calliope's descendants would turn into Medusa if they failed or refused the rite. The rest of Aricia just does it because tradition. So the reason that Scorpius is Medusa is because Narcissus cursed Calliope. And Calliope is his ancestor. For as long as she lives, all of her descendants would turn to Medusa if they failed or refused the rite. So killing Calliope will end the curse. And this kind of paints Narcissus as a bad guy, which I don't hate. Calliope would not be... Calliope wouldn't be forthcoming about the fact that she kidnapped Narcissus. That's just not something that she would share. So I think that it's totally fine not to give that information, but like this is the kind of like this is what I wanted to tell them. Narcissus is totally a bad guy. I'm actually really excited about that part. Yeah, no, I'm super excited about the Path to Divinity, or whatever the chapter is called. What is that chapter called? The New Pantheon. That's it. Yeah, no, that does sound really fun. So yeah, so okay, so Narcissus wanted to return and fight, but Yasenna refused, and she returned to quietly leave. She was in love with her dragon, and she didn't want to risk him, so she was trying to protect him. And if that meant letting the Dragon Lords think that he was dead, she was totally fine with that. Like, she's like, okay, you guys kick me out. You guys think my dragon's dead. That means you won't go looking for him. Cool. Win-win. And then she kept him for a while, but then once she died, once Queen Nemazine died, and Calliope can name drop Nemazine. How do you pronounce that? Nemazine? Nemazine, yeah. Not Nemazine, Nemazine. Nemazine. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In a magazine. That's definitely not it, but thanks for the attempt. So yeah, anyway, back to Typhon. So we've got this map. I halved the size of the map effectively, mostly to give Scorpius a fighting chance. Whoa, oh, I'm on the map. I'm like, why is that so big? It's because I'm on the map. So, you know, the Phoenix is very large. It is very large. So that's, yeah. It's basically, my idea is that with 40-foot ceilings and, you know, the room as small as it is now that I've shrunk it, let's see how big the room is. It's like 90 feet by 110 feet. As big or bigger than a rock. It fits on the rock though. I mean, yeah, it do. Yeah, my plan is that if this thing had a 100-foot ceiling and a 400-foot long room, Scorpius wouldn't stand a chance because he can't fly and he doesn't have ranged attacks. But if this thing has to fight in a smaller room, no matter where it goes, it's essentially going to be within range of a wall or something he can jump off of to attack it. So I'm expecting him every turn to just be like running around attacking this thing. At least that's my hope. And then he just needs to out DPS it by about double. Because, let's see, how much HP does he have? Helios. Scorpius. He's got 80 hit points, and it's got 175, so he needs to, you know, just about double its DPS. But I think he can totally do that, because Phoenixes don't have great AC. And if it's getting down to the wire, I can just say, like, yeah, you kill it. You know, this is supposed to be a scary fight, but it's not supposed to be a fight he loses. Any accounting for auto crits or unfriendly summons? I am not going to account for that. An unfriendly summon, so I think I would say no unfriendly summons for this encounter. Because it's a one-on-one. So being able to summon a CR11 would be absolutely disgusting. So let's see what he has in terms of resources though, right now. So Scorpius has literally nothing in terms of resources. That said, you know, if we start doing a one-on-one encounter, you can't really account for summons. That's right. Yeah, you really can't. If we start a session that is very clearly just me and Jesse, I think people are probably going to flood him, kind of like similar to the way that people flooded Mr. Nibbles with resources for that one shot. That's kind of just what happens with, you know, these one-on-one things. Think be going in buff to... Yeah, I would imagine that he would go in as buffed as possible. If I would be disappointed if his party didn't cast Aid and Long Strider and, you know, other such buffs in order to give him a hand. Yeah, I do think that that is a thing that could very well happen. But I don't really need to prep this right now because I'm like, my intention is for him to not get here. Hey, we got a cheers poll for me. Thanks, Andy. Oh, and one for Jesse. Thanks. And for me. Right. Just let me know when you're done. As we talk of flooding, so does Andy appear. Exactly. Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna sort of table that one for now, and we're gonna start. Okay, you're done. Cool. I'm gonna table that one for now because I do want to prep the parts that I think they'll actually get to. So I do want to drop the Typhon monster here, just because it's kind of perfect. But my intention is that they will essentially get whittled down by fight after fight after fight after fight after fight, rather than just having one big goddamn fight like they did with Hexia. Like the Hexia fight was one big goddamn fight that just drained all of their resources over the course of 10 rounds. But if we do 5 encounters that are 2 to 3 rounds apiece, that's the same amount of resource drain in theory. And then if I dunk people into lava, that's going to do a lot of damage. So that's the plan. But yeah, we're gonna drop a Typhon. He gonna be a big boy, like colossal. We're gonna throw him on the GM layer, and he's just gonna climb out, and he's gonna start laying into people. What is his reach on his attacks, incidentally? 10 feet, 15 feet, 10 feet. Okay. So yeah, back to this. We've got essentially 3 levels of dungeon, and we got to figure out what rooms we want to use, and then essentially figure out. So the thing that I'm kind of planning on is I'm hoping that I can get essentially like 3 or 4 different encounters that sort of spiral around across the several different levels, and then you know, use a variety of maps and maybe even stitch them together. But right now, I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to hit the be right back. I'm going to run an ad, and I'll be back in just a few moments, and then we can really get started on like actually building this, rebuilding Typhon as a proper dungeon. So thanks for being here, and I hope you guys stick around. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around. All right, so let's get into this. Let's actually start building this this Typhon island, whatever. So we've got level 1, we've got level 2. In the easternmost room on level 2, we can have a Salamander ambush. That's this guy over here. We're gonna have them sort of hopping across rocks in lava, and then Salamanders are gonna ambush them and try and drag them into the lava with their tail attacks, which grapple. So that's cool. I never found out how much damage lava does. I feel like that would be in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Environment. Lava? 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 No. Damn it. Roper? Could do ropers. So, yeah, flame roper would be pretty cool. I think it'd be over. I think that's too much. Salamander is like, you know, I feel like that's more appropriate for the fire environment. But here's the thing. One of the things that I absolutely want to use is the Sorrow Sworn. They're one of my favorite things, just sort of flavor-wise, and I've never gotten an opportunity to use them, and they're really goddamn cool. So we've got the Angry, the Hungry, the Lonely, and the Lost, and the Wretched, but they're CR quarter and kind of, you know, relevant. But yeah, I like Salamanders instead of Ropers. It's 10d10 and Tomb Annihilation. I'm just going to search 10d10. Improvising damage. Ooh. Here we go. Being submerged in lava. Wading through a lava stream, 10d10. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 10d10 is pretty okay. That's dangerous for, you know, tier 3. Yeah, I don't hate 10d10. Falling in lava deals 10d10 fire damage at the start. If you start your turn in lava or enter lava for the first time on your take turn, take 10d10 fire damage. I'm wretchedly hungry and get lost going to the fridge, which makes you angry. Are you also lonely? Yeah. So yeah, these are like really kinds of creatures, and I would like to... Prince of the Apocalypse says lava. Creature takes 60-10 when it enters lava for the first time in a turn, or when it ends its turn there. That's stupid. When you enter for the first time in a turn, or when you end your turn there, if you entered on your turn and then end your turn, you're going to take it twice. It should be start and enter on the first time on a turn. Used to work out in Central Washington. Used to go to... Oh, sorry, that's a conversation that was already happening. Okay, so the question is, which of these do I want to use, or do I want to use all of them? This guy has 255 hit points. That is a lot. If a creature does damage, his attack rolls have advantage until it ends its turn. First time it hits with a hook, deals extra 3d12 psychic damage. And on its turn, it has disadvantage if no other creature has dealt damage to it since the end of its last turn. I think it's just always going to have advantage. Yeah, and inconsistent rules are annoying. Advantage on perception checks. If they opt not to attack, when would they ever do that though? The hungry. If creature can see, regains hit points, it gains 2 benefits. It has advantage on attack rolls and it deals extra damage in a hit. I like that. I do like that. That's more interesting than if it takes damage. The Lonely, at the start of his turns, each creature within 5 feet of it must make a whiz save or take psychic damage. Okay. Has advantage on attack rolls while it's within 30 feet of at least 2 other creatures. It otherwise has disadvantage. Makes a harpoon arm attack and uses Sorrowful Embrace. Okay. Okay, so it has 2 harpoon arms. And then each creature grappled must make a whiz save or take psychic damage. Okay. I like those a lot because they lean into the flavor of the madnesses of Typhon. Right. Yeah, exactly. So I'm imagining these as things that creatures that people that showed up to try and get some of the power of Typhon, because apparently if you jump into Typhon, you come out a god or whatever. These are people who showed up and just went the fuck insane. And that's kind of how it's written in the book with the 3 caves. There's the Cave of Excess, the Cave of Vanity, and the Cave of Vulgarity. Like, these are all people, presumably, who came to try and get power from Typhon. But oh, it's a Uriel Medusa. She has an arrangement with Moxena who delivers beautiful women in exchange for abyssal secrets from them all. Like, what? 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 So yeah, I don't get that. But yeah, so easternmost room, Salamander ambush. Let's see, level 3. All right, let's see if there's any other rooms that I'm inspired by. I do like this one over here with the lava river in the middle. It's kind of a small room, so I don't know if it's the best. The Lost looks like necromorphs. It does. It does look like Dead Space. It's only CR7. It's only got 78 hit points, so it would be the kind of thing that I need a bunch of. Representations of his anxiety and fear that people experience and they can't find their way. They appear as desperate and panicked things. They embrace any creature they can reach, attempting to find solace in the contact. Aside from the horror of being embraced by such a thing, they experience a flood of fear and panic as the mind buckles under the fury of this assault. Until the grapple ends, the target is frightened. Wow. Okay. If the loss takes damage while it has a creature grappled, it takes psychic damage. Damn. Okay, so these are cool. So it has a multi-attack where it uses arm spikes, or it can just use embrace to grab people. You keep hearing Typhon. I don't even know what that is. Terrestrial planet. I don't know what that is. Is this that's some expanded universe stuff? Because I am admittedly not super familiar with expanded universe. I kind of like the idea of the Lost attacking them here. Typhon is in Star Wars. Is it? Yeah, Typhon is in Star Wars, apparently. No, Typhon. Yeah, it autocorrects to Typhon. Anyway, so level 2, northmost room. The Lost ambush in the hallway. So I kind of like the idea of the Lost just being in these rooms up here. And then as the players make their way through, like, maybe they just ignore the doors. You know, they hear, like, they hear moaning and screaming. They're like, I don't want anything to do with that. And they just keep moving. Or they say, okay, let me throw one of those doors open. And then they all burst open. They hear scrabbling. PCs hear scrabbling and crying. Scrabbling is the worst sound to hear. Yeah, like a witch. Think witch. Think elf. Left 4 Dead witch. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. So that means that I have the northmost room and the eastmost room off of this. So I can take... I'm poking my screen like you can fucking see what I'm doing. But I can take like this whole northeast corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually download these 3 maps. And I'm going to try and stitch them together as best I can. Because there's parts of each of them that I like. As a player, it's terrible, like the word skittering. Yeah. So maps, Typhon L1. Let's call it B1. Now it's L1. Typhon L2. And Typhon L3. Okay. Alright. So that means I can close this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the maps that I just downloaded. I'm going to open with GIMP. GIMP's probably going to take up the whole screen, because that's what GIMP do. Oh, it didn't. Cool. Alright. I'm going to take up most of the screen, though. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take L2 and L3 and drop them in here as well. Cool. So you've got L1. What do I want to steal out of L1? Skittering along the ceiling to jump on them. Do they have a climb speed? No. Let's go to Kobold Club and The Lost. Let's add 5. We got 6 players of level 11. It's technically a deadly encounter, but by the real value, it's just barely hard. So that's a fine encounter. I want every single encounter here to be at least hard. So we've got this guy, and I want. Look at that. That's pretty. Yeah, I think this map's northwest room. Yeah, I also like level 1's northwest room. It could actually be like where they enter, like, you know, they enter through a skylight, and then I actually kind of like the idea of them having to sort of spiral around one way or the other, so like they can go right and then end up heading through the Lost and then the Salamanders, and I'll just block off the staircase, or enter through a vent. Yeah, basically enter through a steam vent. Yeah. And that would be woof, yeah. And that would cause some fire damage probably as they enter. Yeah, so let's just delete some stuff off of this. Oh, god damn it. You're gonna make me do this? Alright. To new layer. So these are JPEGs, which means that if I delete something, it just leaves white behind. Whereas if I recreate them all, it makes their background essentially transparent. So now I can go in here and just delete, and it'll reveal the floor below. So what I want to do is find where these line up best. And I think it's actually like right here. These line up best. Look at that. That lines up pretty fucking great. So that lines up amazingly, actually. So now I want to just delete a bunch more. And this will probably be a goddamn mess when I'm done. What does this look like here? Oh, that loops back. I can allow that, yeah. Yeah, I don't have any problem with that looping. Ah, that sucks. Or does it? Do I use Dungeon Draft or Wonder Draft at all? I do not. I have not used those. So, all right. Actually, what I wanted, no, yeah, all right. So we're gonna do that, and then I just need to get a bit of hallway here. Ta-da! No, too much. Perfect, I guess. So yeah, that just loops back. It's fine. And you know, this is going to look like a nightmare in the middle, but I'm not worried about that because it is essentially just going to be. Oh wait, is this in level 2? Oh, what was in the corner in level 1? Oh, a big old nothing. Okay. About level 3. Powers of GIMP are strong. The powers of GIMP are strong indeed. This mine stuff can eat a dick. So I don't want any of that. So I guess I need to just deal with this being here. But basically I'm going to select all this stuff because I want this room to show up on my level 1 map. Mining throws the entire theme off, right? Alright, so I'm gonna grab just this. We're gonna zoom out so I can go around here. And then line that up, delete. So now I've got that map there. We've already lined that up there. And look what I accidentally did. I almost perfectly lined this up. It's pretty cool. If I just delete a bit more, does that work? It kind of works. Sort of. So the thing is, like, stuff like this I can hide by just having it inside of dynamic lighting, and it's just like, yeah, whatever. You know, if the players ask, like, yeah, this is standable. It's weird in the original map as well. Yes, it's very weird. So I've essentially stitched together the first and second levels, but now I just want to add. So I think I do actually want to. Crap! I want to put this back. Crap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another L1, and then I'm basically going to take this L1 rectangle and just take this, cut, paste, new layer, get rid of you. I actually need a little bit more. Yeah. And then I just need to block this off with some wall. And I need to block this off with some wall as well. I essentially want them to spiral around, I think is what I decided. Yeah, where can I just grab some wall from? It's gotta have similar lighting. I guess I'll just grab this. New layer. Move it here. Layer, transform, arbitrary rotation. Am I making a switchback of a dungeon? No, it's a spiral. That's a different thing. Shush. So this is a bit of a mess right here because the grid is on top of it, and that sucks a lot, and I hate it. And I don't like that at all. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. Getting griddled again. Yeah, I'm getting griddled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the clone stamp tool. We're going to... So this is level 2 that I need. Hide. Alright. I need to... grab this guy. It's not perfect, but it's pretty okay. It'll get hidden by dynamic lighting for the most part, so it's fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's passable. All right, let's put this back. Put that back. Nope, not that one. That one. Delete this one. All right. Alrighty. So we're just making our own damn map. What is this? Wait, what the hell? The fuck? Where are you? Where are you coming from? I'm very confused. Oh no, that got cut out? Oh, god damn it. Alright, I goofed. Let's drop another L1. Delete layer. Why is this so... Why is this so off center? What the hell? Let's try this one again. Delete layer. Drop L1 in. Line it up perfect. Alright, cool. Alright. Now I just need to grab you, cut, paste, new layer, get rid of you. Alright, okay, fixed. Delete layer. Alright, and now I just want to block off this wall, so we're going to get the clone stamp again. So we'll grab somewhere around here, and then, yeah, just like that. Nope. I need a downward slope. So I'll stamp here and then, like, yeah. Nope, not working. Too much light. Too much light. What is going on here? Let's try this guy. That, and then... No, that's way too much light. I'm a little bit on the struggle bus here, but it's okay. There's a wall there. Let's just copy that. Just put it right there. No, that ain't gonna work. Copy that. Put it right there. I gotta be a little bit more accurate. I think what I want to do is I want to reduce my hardness pretty significantly so that it sort of blends. There we go, that's better. So yeah, it's a little wonky down here, but if I just put dynamic lighting in that corner, no one's gonna know. So there is this weird like lighting line here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this and just kind of this guy and put it here. I missed. So I'm just trying to make a bit of a transition between the two, so that it's not quite so hard a line. Don't think I'm succeeding though. Grab you and now put you here. Whoop. Crap. Yeah, that's better. All right. Grab you, put you here. So I'm being careful to line up the grid lines so that I don't ruin the grid. It looks like a mess, but at least it doesn't look quite so jarringly different. And that's really my only goal. This doesn't exist, so that's fine. Like this just does not exist. And I've just revealed part of layer level 3. That's fine. So we've got entrance room where they come down, an ambush with the lost, a cute hallway, and you know we can write stuff that happens here. That's fine. A little ritual chamber action going on here. I don't know what the hell's up with that, but we can figure that out. That's fine. I don't hate this room. I'm going to let's grab the clone, mark that, and then we're gonna give this a little wall treatment. And it's a wall now. A little bit less. Oops. Gotta line it up. Okay. And it's a wall now. Cool. Alright, so there's no stairs down there. That's fine. And essentially I'm gonna hide all of the stairs down, I think. And then we'll just sort of spiral around until we get to the basin, which I've just realized I need to turn around. Because my stairs are going to be on the left, I think. Let's hide layer 1 and 2. Yeah, the stairs are going to be down here. Which I guess means that I'm going to have this... that is a chessboard. And I hate it. Is Typhon the name of any particular god? It's just kind of madness. But is there a Titan that's island with area subsumed? They used to have this island as their home. So it's supposed to be the island of the father of all monsters. Or something like that. I don't know how I feel about that. But I was kind of just running with it. Yeah, we'll just say this is 20 squares. That's easy. You know, Typhon is just the father of all monsters. There's really not a lot of lore in the book about it. It's called the father of monsters, but it's a scar in the fabric of reality. It just goes to the plane of Hades. It's an active volcano. I don't know. Like, it's lore-wise, this thing is kind of nothing. So I can really do with it whatever I want. But let's see how we can line up. Oof. Oh wait, I had level 1 lined up down here. Yeah, so I had this room down here. So really I need to line up level 1 and 3. So level 1, I've got this room down here. Don't know what I'm doing with it yet. And that comes from level 2, that's fine. And then down here, at some point I need to transition into level 3. Light levels are all over the place, are not lining up. Oof. Right. I'm just gonna eyeball, kind of run with it. Just gonna delete a bunch of level 1, see what happens. Whoops, I'm on level 2, delete level 1. Although I'm gonna need to delete level 2 as well. Am I though? Actually, wait, hang on. Does level 2 have stuff? Ooh, level 2's got a room down here that I can use instead of this weird, like, arcane chamber. Okay, so we're gonna... I don't think we're gonna use level 3 at all. Level 3 is just a nothing. We're gonna delete level 3. We're not using level 3. We're just gonna alternate between 1 and 2. That's just how we're gonna do it. So yeah, looks like we've got a pretty easy sort of transition here. And then we can actually have this be our exit. And then I can just block off these stairs, because those stairs go up. I don't know if you can tell. So yeah, I need to find a place where these maps line up. And I think there's one. There we go. Okay. It's like right here they line up. Ta-da! See that? How perfect does that line up? This guy is a little messy, but that's totally fine. So let's delete some more level 1 map. Just delete a bunch. Just delete a bunch. Just gonna delete a bunch of level 1. Alright. I will just put a wall here, and then this can just be a dead end. Okay. Wait, where's my... Oh, okay. I was like, where's my fucking... Alright. Oops. Alright. Delete that off of there. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna go in here and delete this chunk. Out of there. Out of there. Out of there. That doesn't exist. It's fine. Alright. I think I want to delete essentially the entire basin off of level 1. And, oh, not quite. Didn't get it. I am mangling this map way more than I thought I would need to. So that's fun. I don't think I've ever done this on a DM prep before. So that's interesting. Alright, let's take a look at what level 1 actually looks like right now. Wow. That is not a lot. I do not have a lot of level 1 left. It is mostly level 2. Wow. Wowza. This is crazy. So, what I'm thinking now is that instead of having this separate map for the basin, I'm wondering if I can just throw the basin in here. So first, layer, transform, flip horizontally. I need to make it bigger. Let's make it, let's try 3000 wide, see what happens. What's bothering me is that it doesn't have like these walls all around. That really irks me, but that is too big. Let's try 2500. Oh, also this has its own grid on it, and that's gonna be a nightmare. All right, since it has its own grid, I'm gonna scrap that idea, and then once they get to here, I'll basically just say, okay, cool, we're gonna move to another map. So we gotta figure out what the hell we're doing here. So we've got this whole map. Everything's sort of figured out. I am going to delete some stuff we don't need, like you. Oop, what are you? Are you on level 1? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, okay. Delete you from level 1. Don't need these stairs either. I do need to close those stairs off. Added lava to a map earlier today with some MS Paint looking stuff. I mean, lava's hard. It's a weird texture. So I'm gonna cut this guy out. So one of the things that I do pretty copiously is I just use free resources from the internet, mostly Reddit battle maps. The battle map subreddit, super useful to me. Super goddamn useful. So now I've deleted this stuff, which means that like it's actually a hole in the map now, which is totally fine because the players are never going to see it. I think I deleted too much out of this though. Shit. So here's the thing. I think I can get away with level 2 just kind of existing. So I think I can put level 2 back in, like, as it appears. And I think I'll be okay. Oh, I already edited a bunch. Okay, let me just slap this under here, make it visible. Yeah, so the thing I'm mostly worried about is this spot right here where there's just a hole in the map, because I do want to sort of reveal. Although, am I actually going to reveal that? I don't know. I don't think so. Real talk? Also, I need that. Okay. Okay. Alright, I think this is just about my map. I do have to close off this, this stairway. So I need a left side wall with roughly the same light level. let's go with this guy. I'm on the wrong map. Am I still on the wrong map? Oh, I see. What map are you on? What? Okay, you're on level 2. So let's mark you on level 2. And then draw you on level 1. There we go. And that just worked fucking beautifully. I didn't line it up quite right though, so let's try that one again. But yeah, that's pretty beautiful if you ask me. Duh. Perfect. All right. And that, oh, I missed on that last one. Missed on the one before it too, apparently. Yeah, I gotta be careful to line up the grid. That didn't look good. Or it'll shift and it won't look good. All right. Okay, and then dynamic lighting lines will hide this tool bench or whatever. So I think I've got a map I'm happy with. Oh, yeah, that's hidden. Nope. All right, I gotta hide this wall now, or this staircase. Or I could just have a staircase that goes literally nowhere. I kind of like the idea of having a staircase that goes literally nowhere. I don't hate that. All right, so we've got we've got our Typhon. So let's export as Typhon Dungeon. So we've been at this for about an hour and a half, and still going. So we've got Typhon Dungeon. It's 3900 by 3900. I don't know how many squares that is. So I guess I get to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Actually, I can estimate it. So this is a 3 by 3, which is 199 by 197. What the hell? Yeah, lava tubes expanding and cracking. All right, let's make it bigger. Let's get a bigger one. All right, let's grab there, and then let's do 5 by. I'm zoomed way too far in to do this. I want to make a 5 by 5. 5. That's 325 by 325. Is that 65 pixels per square? Okay, that's weird. Which means 3900 divided by 60 square. Okay, it's 60 by 60. Are the walls sharp from cracking igneous rock? Just the island itself wants to stab you and is cracked and menacing. Yeah, why not? I don't know what to do with that information. What are you suggesting? Just letting the brain have ADD. Got it. Typhon Dungeon. And let's edit this map. It's going to be 60 by 60. Dynamic lighting. We are going to have dynamic lighting. It's probably going to murder a few people's computers. Nothing I can really do about that. Fights are going to be so tight in the tunnels, not getting shoved into the walls could be a challenge. That's true. Maps. Typhon Dungeon. 3.4 megs. Okay. Map and background. 1d4 slashing damage if a creature is pushed into a wall. I mean, that is a piddly little amount of damage. But yeah, I mean, we can do that. Oh, crap. I missed a wall. Crap. So I'm going to cancel that upload because I need to make a new one. There we go. I missed, though. Okay. Not okay. Okay. All right. Whenever the previously determined lava damage is if you do force AoE damage, you cause a lava bubble to splash you. Ooh. Force or thunder. 1d4 damage per 5 feet that Scorpius tries to run along the ceiling or wall. I wouldn't do that to him because he would know like immediately that it would be painful, so he would just stop, presumably. Oh, can I close the upload dialog and it's fine? Because this seems to have finished uploading anyway. Yeah, I could do lava flows if they break stuff. But essentially, so here's the way the dungeon's gonna work. It's essentially just a gauntlet. It's just a big gauntlet, and we already have encounters for this area and for this area. This area is just gonna have salamanders. This area is gonna have a bunch of the lost, and we need to figure out something to do with this. This staircase is hidden. That's fine. This staircase got deleted. That's fine. This staircase goes nowhere. That's fine. And essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to get to here so that they can get into the volcano area. This is still uploading. That's fine. So I want to start from the start if possible. So let's grab, I guess I'll save this just so I can come back to it if need be. Odyssey, maps, save. Close it, and then we're gonna go to, oh, I closed that window like a bungus. We're gonna go to 5e tools. All right, the map finished uploading. We're gonna grab the Lost. And I'm like 99% sure I already have a salamander. I do kind of want to stick to the Sorrow Sworn whenever possible. So this image is insanely zoomed in. So I am going to make a handout for what they look like. Odyssey tokens, the Lost, and then I'm gonna open D&D Beyond the Lost. I think I already have it open. No, I don't. Okay. I'm gonna grab that, save it, the Lost portrait, make a handout called the Lost. You really do need to drop it because it just doesn't fucking work otherwise. The Lost portrait, drop it, cool. Let that upload. In the meantime, close that. This is finished. Drop a Typhon dungeon. And then scale it the fuck up. I love the weird diagonals because it's trying to average the image, essentially. Roll20, please don't sponsor us. Alright. So this should, in theory, be lined up with the grid. I am going to turn down the DM brightness, whatever. I saw chat move out of the corner of my eye, and it was just Streamlabs bot. Alright, so I have to draw some dynamic lighting lines, and this is going to be real fun. So polygon, we're going to make them bright red so that they are super visible. Are you done? Alright, save changes. Alright. Alright, and that should just be right up here. Yep, cool. Alright. So I want to stay, whenever possible, in the upper half of the wall so that they can actually see what the hell's going on with the wall. Like they can actually see wall instead of just darkness. And that's a room. And then we're going to make a very thick green line for the door. And since I know they're coming from that side, I will put the dynamic lighting on the other side of the door. That means I need to extend this. I'm sure this is riveting. I'm very sorry that it most certainly is not. Okay, so that's essentially the first two rooms. So the reason I'm using these like super thick lines is just so I can see them. Because I want to be able to easily select my doors so as to delete them when the players get there. And you always want to cross your dynamic lighting lines so as to make sure that there's no bleed. Let's just draw one right here as well while we're at it. Alright, so we've got the first two rooms dynamic lit. I'm not going to bother putting in any like portal pillars in here. Like those are like stalagmites or whatever. But basically, I'm going to grab a bunch of lost tokens. They're medium, right? They're medium. And we're just going to slap them in these rooms. And I'm wondering, is 5 enough, or do I want a 6th? Maybe even a 7th? Terrible at VTT stuff. So here's the thing, I'm planning on switching to Foundry, so like Roll20 things, like yeah, learn them while you can, while I'm using it, but I've been planning on switching to Foundry for a while now, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, so dynamic lighting walls are the same most everywhere. Okay, I mean, yeah, I'm imagining that the difference between Roll20 and Foundry is that Foundry does not have god-awful algorithms that make your computer cry. Yeah. Dynamic lighting is, lighting is a thing that we perfected in video games like 20 years ago. Or we didn't perfect it, but we got really good at it. It's just... I don't understand why Roll20 can't fucking get it right, and why Roll20 just tanks your fucking computer whenever dynamic lighting is on. So yeah, like drawing these lines is unfortunately super necessary if I want to use dynamic lighting, which I do. I would like to be able to avail myself of this feature that I literally pay for. It's literally the only reason. No, there's two reasons I pay for Roll20. And one is dynamic lighting, and the other is a greater upload limit. While I'm doing this, how about you guys brainstorm? What the hell is this room about? I'm gonna open the map real quick so I can just have it up even while. Whoa. Yeah. So this is the room at the northeast corner that I need you guys to brainstorm. What the hell? What's with that statue? What's with the circle? What's going on here? How can the players interact with this? What can they learn from it? And what's the lore behind it? Why is this here? I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm telling you what to do. But not what I wanted. You're green. for shits and giggles. Did I say that? Is that a thing I said? It's a thing I say, so I don't doubt it. Can you throw away more of the lost? Throw way more of the lost be in this room. Like there's inscribed some ritual here to take power from the volcano and it destroys you completely. I can put... on the one hand, I don't want to reuse the lost, but on the other hand, I acknowledge that there is value in reusing enemies in a dungeon because the players can, learn what the hell's up with them. But I was hoping to get a little bit more Sorrow Sworn. Yeah, they are called the Lost. But I was hoping to use a little bit more of the Sorrow Sworn. Maybe the Angry or the Hungry. I'm not a huge fan of the Lonely. It's a little... but maybe I put Lonely in here instead of... Actually, that's a good idea. I like that idea. Maybe I put the Lonely in here instead of Salamanders. So you'll notice I just have this one really long unbroken dynamic lighting line. That is because there's no door. So I'm only breaking the dynamic lighting line at doors, and essentially just, building the tunnels as they exist. Like the idea of being ancient fancy steel. I remember seeing that word before, but I do not recall what it means. Steel. Alright, now we're on our way back. So, if we're saying that people come here to attempt to gain power, it makes sense. There's some sort of ritual to make use of it. Yeah, but I think most people just come here to jump into the volcano, and that's how they expect to get their power. At least that's what Estor said. So I think that's what the players are going to expect. But maybe Estor was wrong, and he got here and found this ritual thingy, and he's like, well, fuck that noise. They never made a deal with him to get info about it, so they don't get to learn until they get here. Let's run through the secret history, see if anything can become relevant. Basically, a big fancy plaque with pictures and words describing historic events in the area or demarked graves or mass graves. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that could be cool. Like this is just yeah, we could do just a sort of storytelling time, like, hey, here's what's up with this shit. Hey, 55 Papa Bear contributed points to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one shot. We're getting up there, aren't we? We're getting pretty close to finishing that. Yay, I finally made it. Cool. We are at 71%. God damn. It says 3 days left, but I can just renew that, and I will renew that. And then as soon as we hit that goal, we'll get that on the schedule ASAP. All right, so I got my dynamic lighting set up for essentially like the bottom right fucking half of the map. Like Jesus. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going. Y'all were at 69% for a while and didn't have the heart to increase it. That makes sense. I approve. Extra large line. So one of the things that I'm doing here on purpose is I'm putting the door lines on the side of the door that my players are not going to come from. In some circumstances, you don't know which side of the door your players are going to come from, but I have that luxury because unless my players literally decide to teleport, like, unless they literally decide to teleport from the beginning through this wall, there's no way for them to come through these doors from the wrong direction. So real easy for me. And like there's no guarantee that teleporting like that would work. There's no way for them to think that it would work. Unless, of course, they send the Earth Elemental just through walls until he finds places to go. Because that's a thing that I just remembered that they can do. Fuck. So they may very well. They may very well go the wrong way and skip this entire thing, at which point I just end the session early, like, okay, cool, you fixed it, and you solved the problem, and congratulations, Scorpius now gets to... So here's the thing, I don't know why I'm actually stopping this at the doors and starting it back up. Like, there's no real reason for that. There's no reason for me to do that. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that. Whatever. Not a big deal. Another thing I'm going to need to do is sort of copiously light the lava. So that the lava is actually giving off light as per dynamic lighting. And then the players will be able to see things that are off in the distance, even if their vision doesn't allow it. Like if they don't have... crap. You ever do that thing on an Etch-a-Sketch where you scroll the wrong way? I just did that. Hey, we got more points. Thanks, Riley. We're getting there. We're getting there. Also, we are making way more progress than I thought we would. So here's the thing I wanted to set up. So the lines are going to come to here, and then I'll come back and put a cap on that, and basically just like here, look out into the volcano. So yeah, I don't know why I'm stopping at doors, so I'm going to not do that. Seems a little silly in hindsight. Then I'm going to have to make a decision about what's in each of these fucking rooms. So yeah, I'm basically just writing my own entire dungeon, which is it's a lot of work. All right, so let's get a green, extra large, put it right here, and then I need another one here. All right. And then that's essentially just like, yeah, like there's a hole in the floor, and you can tell that there's a lot of heat. And then if they decide to go that way, oh, I do need to... Do I? Yeah, I do. Wait, what is this? Whoa, what is this? Shit. That's fine, I can deal with that. Regular. So I'm basically just gonna roughly encircle the entire basin. They don't need to know that that platform ever existed. Okay, so yeah, if they get here, then I can just show them, yeah, there's a whole thing, and we're gonna move to another map. Is it possible to have that room reference the beasts of the apocalypsis in art? Aren't they all children of Typhon? They probably are. They were weapons created by the Dawn Titans, the siblings of Thylia and yeah, the Nether Titans were created by... Oh, they were created by the Forgotten Pantheon? Which is, you know, the whole thing. Massive Titans have emerged from the Nether Sea. I'm changing that. Yeah, who made the Nether Titans? Weapons of the Gods. Were they created by the Forgotten Pantheon? Yeah, I could. I actually really like the idea of foreshadowing them again. Like I could even. So I obviously foreshadowed the Tarrasque. That's a thing that happened. I could actually just say like, I don't know, that statue. I could actually foreshadow like the behemoth or the shadow dragon here. Like I could replace that statue maybe. You are on the dynamic lighting layer and you do not belong there. Like just literally replace the statue with a dragon. Nope, perspective's wonky if I rotate it. All right. Yeah, just literally replace it with the shadow dragon. That's fine. Damn, done. And I could literally just say like, yeah, it's got the symbol of the shadow dragon. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but Typhon's actually right here. So it's pretty close to where the shadow dragon attacks. Whereas the Island of the Fates is like right here, and that's not too far from where the Tarrasque attacks. I don't know what the hell the Kraken's doing up here. And then the Behemoth, I haven't figured out where the hell he comes from. But yeah, so like this is a thing that exists now. So yeah, Shadow Dragon. Statue of the Shadow Dragon. Neat. And then if they ask, well, what kind of dragon is it? And it's like, okay, roll, you know, I don't know. Don't roll anything. You just don't know. Yeah. And then these could be sacrifices. People maybe there's this maybe there's an apocalypse cult who tries to sacrifice people to the shadow dragon to release it, not knowing that, you know, nothing is going to happen. But I don't know how much of that I want to give to them. You know, maybe I just, you know, sort of describe what's going on here, and then they can make of it whatever they want. And then I can just describe that, you know, the symbols around the base of the statue are reminiscent of the symbols that Mr. Nibbles saw on the one side of that cube. And then these four symbols could be, you know, they're not on the map, but these four symbols could be earth, water, light, and dark. So that'd be neat. I actually really like that. I like that a lot. Cool. All right, so let's make this official. So we're gonna do. So let's put this on the GM layer. Grab a number 1. Actually, this is gonna be number 2. Let's make the GM layer more opaque. This is gonna be number 1. Mr. Nibbles does a squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeak, rolls history and remembers his own adventures. Exactly. See, I'm just numbering these areas so that I know, like, things happen here. Blop, 3. We got to figure out what we're doing with this room. That's okay. We'll get there. So this room is number 4. This hallway could be number 5. I could do some kind of collapse or something. This room is number 6. And then this room is going to be number 7. And then this will be number 8. Okay. I'm going to swap those around because it's the order that the players would encounter them. All right. So, I guess. Well, I've already numbered everything else, so this is going to be room 0. Oops. So we've got. So we're going to get rid of rooms. Number 0. Entrance. Steam vent. Do I have anything that looks like a steam vent? Hey, Chaos Pixie 347 is now following. Thanks for the follow, Chaos Pixie. Welcome to the Gilded Troll. How about a stinking cloud? That looks like a steam vent, right? It's a vent of noxious fumes. Yeah. So it's not fire damage. It's poison damage. That's on the GM overlay, and that's not where I want that. I want that on the map layer. Poison fog, stinking cloud. What's the difference? I kind of like the poison fog better. Because it's thicker. It's not really moving much though, so I do like the stinking cloud better. There. It's carbon monoxide damage, exactly. Which is poison, I guess. Which actually we can use that elsewhere as well. So we can have but yeah, let's carbon monoxide gas con save versus poison. I don't know. I'm not even gonna bother writing a DC. I will, actually. DC 17 con save versus 4d10 poison. There we go. Maybe instead of lava coming from the wall after Force Thunder, it's... Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Number 1. The Lost Holding Cells. So, general features. Lava provides bright dim 2020, which I do still need to go in and add. We're at 2 hours of prep so far, and I'm still not done. Lava provides bright dim 20 feet, 20 feet. Ceilings are 20 feet high. Ceilings are as high as the hallway is wide. As the area is wide. So if you're in a 50-foot across room, the ceilings are 50 foot high. If you're in a 15-foot hallway, the ceilings are 15 feet high. Cool. If a wall takes force or thunder damage, it vents CO. I'm just gonna spell it out, carbon monoxide. Would the carbon monoxide be visible? I'm gonna make it visible, otherwise it's just gonna be a fucking nightmare. In a 10-foot area. If wall takes force or thunder damage, vents carbon monoxide in a 10-foot area. Cool. And that's just like fucking permanent. You break a wall, there's just gas venting forever. Get fucked. Where are my lost tokens? I put them on the dynamic lighting layer. Whoops. They're on the token layer. There we go. Whoopsie doodle. That said, I actually want to put lost. I'm going to put their hit points. I go to get chicken nuggets and we're gassing the party. Yep. Gas in the party. Alright, so I'm going to put their hit points and AC in here. I'm going to delete these guys and then just copy the one. I'm going to give them a name first. Lost. Alright. I do want several fights though. So I do think we are going to use maybe the Lonely or the Hungry. Instead of the Salamanders. Like, Salamanders are cool. They're appropriate for a lava area, but they're not the Hungry. This guy can grapple. I'm going to say that all of these guys are immune to fire just because of where they were turned into monsters. But this guy has a claw attack, which has a grapple and restrain, and then he just sinks in. He just walks onto lava with you. He just drags you onto lava. He's a CR 11, so we're gonna do just 2 of those. So we're gonna grab his art. No, he doesn't really. he doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for like dragging them into lava. The Lonely makes more sense. Lonely is just going to kind of chill in the lava, and he's going to harpoon and just... Yeah. We're going to do that. So we're going to... He's CR 9, so I'm thinking we're going to do 3 or 4 of them. The Lonely Portrait. The Lonely Portrait. And we're going to go to 5e tools and grab a token for him. Images Nightmare Fuel. Yeah, these guys are Nightmare Fuel. They're just straight up Nightmare Fuel. The Lonely.pung. So we're gonna go in here. Anyway, so the Lost Holding Cells, they burst out of their cells. PCs here scrabbling from the doors. Scrabbling and crying from the doors. If any door is opened except the entrance, they all burst out and start attacking. That's it. Number 2. You want to throw in Thylean Knuckle with them? Similar art vibe. Let's take a look. I think it's a Servant of Death. Knuckle. Let's check him out. See, it's this guy. He's creepy. It's large undead. That's weird. His bonus action, move at speed. Can only do this if it's currently grappling a creature. Weird. Move its full speed while grappling. 40s damage if it ends its turn in fresh water. Weird. It's a little swamp related. Seaweed doesn't work, yeah. Yeah, it's too swampy, unfortunately. That said, I don't hate the idea of using dread animals, like dread wolves. Maybe in the fight with Typhon, he just kind of pukes dread wolves. Although this guy has a fuckload of hit points. Like way too many hit points. That's a goatling. There's not a lot of Servants of Death. Dreadbore doesn't even get art. That's a Cerberus. Yeah. One of the issues with this book is that a lot of monsters just like aren't really that usable. I've already used both the Sphinxes. Maenads do not make sense here. How about we just throw the behemoth at them? Fuck it. Like just throw another Titan at them. 615 HP, energy breath, 16d8 necrotic or radiant damage. Yeah, just fucking throw it at him. This dude's awesome, right? Why the hell not? But yeah, so yeah, we've got the Lost, we've got the Lonely. Yeah, they'll totally be fine. So let's upload the Lonely. The Lonely. And handout. Nope, not a character. Not a character. Want a handout. The Lonely. Living is boring. So pedestrian. Yeah. So Lonely. Portrait. Okay. Close that. Alright, let's grab some Lonelies. We're on the token layer. Alright, so make a Lonely. I closed the Lonely tab like a bungus. He's got 16 AC, 112 hit points. I need 4 of those. And they're gonna hide in the lava, which means I should probably be putting them on the GM overlay. It's fine. Shit, I didn't give him a name. I'm gonna give him a name so that no matter who I put in initiative order, they end up having a name in initiative order. How's it going, Miyobi? GM layer. Alright. GM layer is 100% opacity right now, so nothing changed. Alright. Don't have a level 3. Number 3. The Lonely ambush once. PCs are roughly halfway across. So if the players decide to stay in a group, it'll be when they're in the middle of the room. If they decide to go one at a time-ish, then it'll be as like once 3 are across, and we'll just, okay, cool, you guys are split up. Let's murder the shit out of you, and then we'll just all sorrow sworn are immune to fire damage. Cool. No surprise round due to difficulty of standing up from lava. And there wouldn't be a surprise round for the Lost. There's no such thing as a surprise round, but no surprise due to the difficulty of standing up from lava. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just going to say no surprise. There's no way to notice them. You have an idea for a plot in your game, but you need an outside opinion. So I'm super over time. Normally I would love to hear that. But if you're, I don't know if you're on our Discord, but if you're on our Discord, or if you want to join our Discord, you can drop it in DM hotline. And we have 12 DMs who are happy to answer questions. I just don't have time on this DM prep because it's running very long. And my session starts in just under 2 hours. So thank you, Horrible Tomato, for dropping the Discord link. All right. Yeah, PC's here scrabbling and crying. Think Left 4 Dead. Which, all right, number 2, ritual sacrifice chamber. Statue is of a dragon. Does not look like any known dragon. Symbols on the ritual circle are earth. Image of them rising up and lava dripping off their bloated corpses as they reach out with withered arms that are longer than they should be. Yeah, that's absolutely terrifying. That sounds like nightmare fuel. Just imagine this guy with his fucking harpoon arms. His harpoon arm is a melee weapon attack with 60-foot reach. Terrifying. Earth, water, light, dark. Okay. That's neat. That's neat. Cool. Got that. Number 2's done. Number 3 is done. Number 4. What the hell is this room? What are we doing with this room? I don't know if we're doing anything with this room. Number 4. 5 is a big old hallway. Could have a room with settled CO on the bottom. Oof. Could do that. How does that work though? It's a room of noxious fumes. Yeah. So my plan for this was to describe everything as like gently sloping down. Whatever lives in noxious fumes. What's immune to poison? Let's see. What is immune to poison? Damage immunity, poison. What can live in noxious fumes? Okay, the Tarrasque is immune to poison. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Wow, fire, poison, and non-magical. Okay. Let's maybe dip a little below CR20s. Let's cap this at like 13. CR13 max. Good evening, Barons No Hand. It's 2 p.m. But yeah, good evening. Devourer. That's slightly terrifying. Call back to the Steam mephits of that first dungeon. Yeah. Yeah. We could just do a metric assload of carbon monoxide mephits. That's it. It's carbon monoxide mephits. It's 7 p.m. here. Okay. Steam mephit. It's gonna. Oh, steam mephits are immune to poison. That's amazing. Yeah, just an absolute metric shitload of carbon monoxide mephits. Because they do save for half. So it's gonna be DC 10 con poison damage. Save for half. That's gonna be. Yeah. A metric assload of carbon monoxide mephits. Did I ever grab a steam mephit token? No, I did not. Good afternoon from the future. Thank you. Could you have them heal every time you damage the walls? I'm thinking, well, so here's the thing. Steam mephits have, oh, they have 21 hit points. I'm thinking at the start of their turn, they go back to full hit points. So it's literally like you kill it or it just goes back to full hit points. Because they're mephits in a room full of carbon monoxide. Let's grab a steam mephit token. Actually, let's get a dust mephit token. Maybe dust mephit's actually better than steam. Let's see. Blinding dust, dex save versus blind. No, we're gonna go with steam mephit, and we're just gonna say it's poison damage because blinded doesn't really do much because it's just gonna make their claws do stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna use a dust mephit token. But we're gonna use steam mephit, steam mephits that do con poison instead of dex fire, and heal back to full at the start of their turn. So how many is a metric ass load? Probably an important question. Probably an important question. And also, are they invisible while they're inside of it? 1 per square? I like it. They're small. 2 D20 mephits. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab. So first, I'm gonna put their. So that's dust mephit. I want the steam mephit. He's got 21 hit points, 10 AC. 1 every other square. Yeah, I think that's probably likely. So we're gonna do poison fog and just make it real big. Oh, this guy needs to be on the map layer. So here's the problem. Poison fog is just way too dark. Stinging cloud is it's more transparent and doesn't completely obscure everything. So we're just gonna grab that guy. We're gonna make a bunch of them. This whole area is just full. Just full. And yeah, we're gonna make a checkerboard of mephits. Carbon monoxide mephit. I'm literally, so just because I want my players to see it, I'm going to show the nameplate. I'm going to hide the nameplate, but players can see it. So when it shows up in initiative, it'll... I hope these are showing up. Oh god. That's a problem. Okay. Alright, I got rid of them all. Right, copy that. There we go. Now, do I want these on the GM overlay? Oops, that guy's out of position. I think I want them on the GM overlay because they're made of carbon monoxide. And then as soon as the players show up, as soon as the players enter the room, they'll just pop out of nowhere. And I'm hoping my players are smart enough to AoE the shit out of them. Because if not, this is going to be a problem. Instead of healing every round, I think I'm literally just going to make them minions. Checkerboard of mephits is now the terminal for an ass load. I think you meant term. It's the term for an ants load. I don't know. Terminology, got it. Yeah, checkerboard of mephits is the terminology for an ants load. All right, we've got a checkerboard of mephits. We're going to throw them all in the GM info overlay because they are they're functionally identical to the carbon monoxide they're hiding in until they stop being inside of it. So it's number 4. Number 5. Just a hallway? We'll come back to that. Number 6. Autocorrect making you look dumber than you are. Whoops. Do we want to do the angry or the hungry? I like the hungry better than the angry, just mechanically. I think it's neater. I kind of want to just make action economy. Like I was thinking like we could just have 1 hungry, but we'll just throw 2 hungries in here. 2x the hungry who attack on sight. Yeah, simple as that. So I'm just gonna have them over here, and then they're gonna attack. And that's that. Damn it. Open. He is terrifying. Save. The hungry portrait. We'll go here. The hungry. Okay, I've got those. Got him. My library. Upload. The hungry. Let's make a handout. The hungry. Choose file. The hungry portrait. Minimize that. It's uploaded. Cool. So let's grab you. Slap a token. Name it. Give it hit points. The hungry. It's got 225 out of 225. It's got 17. Okay. Copy, paste. And one last thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to slap some lights on here. Autocorrect once changed autocorrect to auto-erect. Just to pour salt in the water. Wow. That is just rude. So one thing that didn't happen with these is that I just slapped 78 up here, which means it didn't go in here. So now that's got a health bar. So I am going to delete these guys again. I'm up with the grid. See, I like them having health bars. So then I can see at a glance how they're doing. Let's go to the GM overlay, select tool. I'm gonna do the same thing with these guys, but I'm actually just gonna. It's probably easier to just put this in. Real talk. 112. 112. 112. All right. All right, now they got health bars. Mephits don't need health bars because I decided they have 1 hit point. So we've got 6. We can come. We said we would come back to 5. I'm not really sure we need to. The hungry. Okay. 7. Opening into the volcano. Drops down. And then we're gonna put something in number 8, and maybe we can do the angry. But I think think what I actually want to do right now is I want to put some light sources. So let's so I've got this thing called a transparent pixel that I like using. Transparent pixel. And it is super useful. And what I do is I give it a 0-foot circle aura, and I don't make it visible to players, so that aura is visible to me, so I know where it is. And then I can give it some dynamic lighting. It doesn't have vision, but it does emit light. Torch is 2020. So that's going to emit light. And then I'm literally just going to like copiously slap these in anywhere there is lava or a light. Copiously slap them in lava. And what I should be doing is I should actually be putting these on the dynamic lighting layer instead of the... Shit. I should be putting them on the dynamic lighting layer instead of the token layer. So let's fix that. Shit. Wait, is it even on the token layer? Well, oh god, was it on the GM layer? Oh, that's even worse, because the players can't see that. Oh man, I royally screwed up. Whoopsie doodle. It's a good thing I made them visible. That said, it also makes it really easy to do this, because there's nothing else on the GM layer. So that's good. Alright, so I screwed up. Screwed that one up. What's funny is I only screwed up with the players notice. True. True. Alright, so let's drop a bunch of these. Alright, and these are already here. Cool. And I've got some lava here. Don't know why that's black. It's lava. It's weird. Put in the middle too. All right, I've got some lighting. All right, and then I will drop one here, 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 and here. All right, I've got lighting. So now I just need to drop player tokens on here, and I can do that at some point. And why is this not uploaded? Tokens. Let's hit save changes, see what happens. Oh, cool, that's done. All right, it was just being dumb. So I've got handouts for the hungry, the lonely, and the lost. So I know you're running over. I know it's missing a bit of food eating time. This is so freaking cool, really low. Oh, thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm not really running into food eating time. I usually eat lunch at, well, no, I lied. I am running into food eating time. I usually eat lunch like right at 2:30. But that's totally fine. Like, you know, I knew that this prep would be 2.5 hours because I had to build an entire dungeon from scratch. Like, I knew that was going to be the case. So I'm not super upset. You know, and you know, I also don't think the players are going to get to all of this, but I wanted to plan way ahead just in case. because like this fight's going to take an hour, investigating this room is going to take 20 minutes, this fight's going to take an hour, and then bam, like that's the end of it. And then these mephits are going to be a nightmare of a fight. Like that's going to be crazy. But yeah, so that's going to be my DM prep for now. I think that's about as far as we're going to get. You know, number 8, we didn't really figure out. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a fight with the Angry. I don't really know what to do with it though, because with all of the other ones, it's kind of an interesting scenario. With the Lost, you end up kind of surrounded. You can't AoE them very well. With the Lonely, they're pulling you into the lava, and that's going to hurt a lot. The mephits, it's just a metric shitload of them. With the Hungry, like they just drag you across the lava. You end up taking fire damage. So like it's this big thing where, you know, these guys are all sort of using the environment to their advantage. Because you know this, I'm gonna use that. Like if you enter this or start your turn there, you have to make the con save versus poison damage. And I think save for half. And it's all going to be saved for half, so even if you're making these fairly difficult con saves, it's still going to hurt. So yeah, I'm excited about this. I think this is way better than what they had in the book. So I'm happy. I'm glad you guys are happy. And if you guys want to see how the session goes, check us out right here on twitch.tv/thegildedtroll in about an hour and a half. At 4 p.m. on Saturdays, we play Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. On Sundays, for the next few Sundays, we're doing a bunch of one-shots. Tomorrow's one-shot is going to be a special Valentine's Day one-shot featuring Nicole, also known as Legend of Pi 314, Cameron, also known as Stormtrooper Syndrome, as well as Andy, Steph, and I have to look this up because I'm not going to forgive myself if I don't plug every single person who's in it. Amber. I thought it was Amber, but I wanted to just double check. So Andy, Steph, and Amber are our usual players, as well as Nicole and Cameron, our new players we're introducing. And then on Mondays we do Mondays we do Rime of the Frost Maiden at 6:30 p.m. EST. And then for DM prep, I'm going to be doing it here at 12 p.m. EST on Saturdays. And then Andy does prep for Rime of the Frost Maiden over on his channel, Andy the Math Magician, at 8 p.m. EST. And I'm going to drop a schedule command, even though it's wrong, because it has the wrong time for Odyssey prep. I haven't updated it yet, because this is the first, like I actually just decided this morning that it's happening at noon. So thank you guys for being here. And if you aren't already aware, we have everything on YouTube. Something like 300 videos, 1,000 hours of content. Over on our YouTube channel, where you can just watch everything we've ever streamed. And then we also have a Discord, Instagram, Twitter, all of that good garbage. And I'm going to see if there's anyone to raid. I don't know that there is. I don't know. Oh, Jables is still streaming. Cool. So he's playing Horizon Zero Dawn like he does every Saturday, or he has been doing on Saturdays. I didn't realize he was still streaming. I guess he probably ends at 3, but we're going to say hi anyway. So I'm going to hit the start raid button. We'll wait for that to count down. And if you're upset that he's stopping at 3, it's fine, because he'll be here on the Gilded Troll at 4 p.m. today, because he's going to be our player for Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. And in fact, like, this whole quest is really for him. Like, this going to Typhon is for his character. So say hi to him. Please tell him how he's horribly screwed. Don't tell him why he's screwed or like what he has in store. Just tell him he's screwed. So everyone get your messages ready. Yeah, no spoilers, but tell him he's screwed. So I'm gonna hit raid now, and I'll see you guys in about an hour and a half. Bye.